If you lead a business with 20 to 100 employees, it's unlikely that you intended to become the bottleneck. But somewhere along the way, that's exactly what happened. You're involved in too many decisions, your managers come to you for answers instead of suggesting solutions, and even with a capable leadership team, the business still relies heavily on you to function. My name is Matthew Pohl, CEO and founder of the ReWild Group. For more than 20 years, I've helped business owners build companies that run smoothly without relying on heroic effort from the owner. In this video, I'll show you the core framework we use to turn capable managers into a cohesive, independent management team. The goal is simple: to help your business grow without everything depending on you. In this video, I'm walking you through the core principles behind the Exceptional Manager Blueprint. It's a proven process for building a management team that can actually run a business without you being at the center of everything. Because for most small and mid-sized companies, the biggest constraint to scaling isn't sales, hiring, or cash flow. It's actually management capacity. Did you know that on average, a person takes on their first managerial role around the age of 28, but they don't receive their first formal management training until around 42? What that tells us is that there's a pervasive lack of management training. It also shows us that this 15-year gap is a real opportunity for business leaders like you who decide to do something different. Most owners were never taught how to build a management team as a system. Strong management teams aren't built through personal motivation or one-off workshops. They're built through a deliberate, shared, structured process, a process that creates common language, clear expectations, and independent decision-making. That's what this blueprint is about. It's common for a business to promote the best performers into a managerial role. After all, these employees are delivering great results. But being a top performer doesn't ensure that a person will succeed as a manager. A top-scoring athlete rarely becomes a winning coach. But managers and coaches require different skills than being a good player. Companies often treat management as something people will just eventually pick up. But managing is a skill set. And skill sets improve when they're taught deliberately. That's why we say management skills are taught, not caught. Exceptional management requires alignment across three elements: people, training, and a strong management model. Only when all three align do you build real independence in your organization. Here's what misalignment can look like. Let's say you have good people, but you lack proper training. This will lead to owner burnout. What if you have solid training but the wrong people? Well, the organization remains overly dependent on the owner. How about you have the right people and training, but your management model is weak? This results in inconsistency across your management team. Management gaps rarely show up clearly. They often disguise themselves as things like turnover, disengagement, firefighting, and growth plateaus. Most owners try to fix symptoms, but symptoms aren't the cause. What feels like a cultural issue is often a management training gap. What feels like a growth issue is often an owner bottleneck. What seems to be chaos is often weak decision structure. Correctly diagnosing the root problem creates real leverage. Management capability doesn't improve with isolated upgrades. It improves when the entire system improves, when the people, the training, and the management model align over time. And when you get this alignment, owners gain leverage, managers gain ownership, and the business, well, it becomes more scalable. If you're serious about building a management team that can run the business without you being at the center of every decision, then I look forward to speaking with you and learning about your company. Before we meet, however, I want to be clear about when this work doesn't fit. There are a few situations where building a strong management team almost always breaks down because the expectations and structure don't support the change. First, if you're looking for a quick fix, management capability compounds through consistent application. While you'll see early momentum, meaningful behavioral change takes repetition. If you want something fast or something that doesn't require ongoing engagement from your leadership team, this process will feel slow and frustrating because learning new skills takes time. Second, if what you want is to fix a single isolated issue, maybe it's unclear team communications, maybe it's ineffective meetings, it could be poor time management. These pain points are almost always symptoms, not causes. If the goal is to target one issue without restructuring the system behind it, the improvements won't hold. They'll slide back. because the underlying structure didn't change. Third, if you, as the owner or CEO, don't want to be involved, because your involvement truly matters. Not because you're doing the heavy lifting, but because your managers take their cues from you. They need to see that you're learning the same language and operating with the same blueprint. Most owners discover that this process sharpens their own management abilities as much as it develops their team. If you want to outsource everything and stay disconnected, the system won't stick. Your team won't internalize it without seeing you model it. Here's one more situation where it doesn't work. If you're not willing to let go of certain decisions over time. The whole point of building a strong management team is to reduce owner dependency. That means letting go of some control. It means shifting from being the hero to being the guide. If that shift isn't something you want, the process will constantly fight your intent. If any of these situations describe where you're at right now, it may just not be the right time to do this work. But if they don't describe you and you're ready to build a management team that can think independently, execute consistently, and carry the business forward without relying on you for everything, then I'm excited for our conversation. If you've not yet booked a time to speak, use the link to schedule time for us to chat about how the Exceptional Manager Blueprint can transform your management team into a group that helps you carry your business forward.